tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. This damn Chromebook wants to get drop kicked through a wall. What a day it has been. I've got the kid home today. They don't have school today. Apparently it was a snow makeup today. But running around this morning, of course, Lane Johnson news drops. Then I go try to do some other stuff. And then we, of course, sign somebody. Pure chaos, but try to make it back as quick as I could, throw together these things for you. And luckily, we've got a bunch of these graphics already together because we talked about Terrell Edmunds a couple weeks ago. But then, you know, you guys asked me about him the other day. I talked about that. Needs to be one of the top guys we're looking out in free agency for. Then just this last video a couple hours ago, you guys had asked me, and I think it was Chark and Edmunds. And I said, Chark, probably not. But Edmunds, yes. Chark, I believe, just signed with the Panthers. And now Terrell Edmunds, a Philadelphia Eagle. So let's go. But you know, for those of you that tune in, we talked about Terrell Edmunds, what he could do for this team, especially if we lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And, well, we did. So this young man, he's very talented and 6'1", 217 pounds. Going into his 6th year. And look, his brother actually went to Chicago with our ex-linebacker, TJ Edwards. And, you know, we talked about, you know, what this dude brings to the table. As much as I liked his brother Edmunds in the linebacking core, we didn't get him, but all about getting this young man right here. So excited about this move. But we talk about what he brings to the table coverage-wise. You know, CJ Gardner-Johnson, for as good as he was, you know, getting interceptions, he still, I believe it was like 73.1% was the completion percentage rate against him. Now, when you're looking at Edmunds, his was about 60.1, I think it was. So a much, much better coverage safety there. And you talk about his versatility. In this scheme, we've talked about guys that are able to play, you know, both roles, free safety, strong safety. You really don't even want to give them a title in this defense. And they're both going to have responsibilities, and you're going to want to be able to change the defensive plays and the schemes without having to move things around and showing your hand to the offense. And that's something Sean Desai is going to bring to the table. And when you get a safety like this, that is exactly what he can do. So talked about it, you know, he's started 75 out of 79 games in his 5 years. And last year he had a couple sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. I think it was like 70 tackles. But again, this dude is great in coverage. He can get after the quarterback. You can send him after the quarterback. He's got a skill set that allows him to not only in coverage, but he can blitz. He can do everything you need a safety to do. And let's go. I'm all about it. And, you know, since we lost Epps and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, this room was a little slim, but we talked about it. The Eagles are going to add to it. So we do. We had Justin Evans and now Terrell Edmunds, and excited about Reed Blankenship's future. Kayvon Wallace looked to have gotten much better by the end of the year. You've got Tristan McCollum, Marquise Blair, and then Andre Sacheret is back, who, you know, I love, that can provide safety, nickel depth, and also he's a special teams ace. So I like this safety room, and I really like the safety room now. But look, in this draft, there are some guys that are available. We've talked about Branch and Johnson, and, you know, there are guys in later rounds. So now when you add someone like a Terrell Edmunds, it's only a 1-year deal, but if he goes out and balls out, maybe he's got a great agent that can provide a long-term deal next year. We get some money for him and give him a longer-term deal, but I think he's going to fit in just well here. And look, it's a 1-year deal, so I'm not a big fan of those when it comes to cap space because those usually take a much bigger chunk out of that cap. But hey, look, this is a business. We're getting things done that we need to, and this is a position of need for the Philadelphia Eagles. So going out, getting Terrell Edmunds, I'm all about it, baby. And you know I got a depth chart together now. So every time we add somebody, I'm going to update you with that depth chart. So let's take a gander here. We've got ourselves, look, that makes me feel much more comfortable with Terrell Edmunds down there at safety. But you see the guys in green, new to the roster. And look, at someone like Tristan McCollum, he's there because he was not part of this roster at the end of the year. But you've got guys like Marquise Blair who were part of this roster last year. So anybody who's new, and you can go to my YouTube and check out all the videos on all of these guys. Every time we sign somebody, add somebody, I break it down, talk about them. So you can go check out those guys in green. But you see, those are the new pieces we have here. But this is what the defense looks like in March. That gets me excited because we've got lots of time to still add free agents. And we've got the draft. So let's go. I'm very excited about this draft next month. And we've got a month to break it all down. And I've got shows where we're going to go position by position. We're going to talk about my top guys at what position, where I think the Eagles should be focused. So we've got a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll keep you up to date with every single thing that happens. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this move. My man, Drew, let's go. I'm excited about this one of my top guys. So Terrell Edmunds joining this team is something that we can all get very excited about. I don't think, unless somebody's trying to say something about the cap, just send them my way. But this is a good move. It's a very good move. Let's go. This is exactly what we needed. My man Sean in the building. Let's go, dude. Very excited about it. Yo, Steven, appreciate you, dude. Hope you're having a great day. And appreciate you tuning back in. You guys know we talked earlier about Lane. And look, we've had money. We talk about the ways the Eagles are going to restructure. I've been warning you for a week that the Lane Johnson move was coming because there was a little snag. Now, you guys that watched the show back in February, you knew the Lane Johnson move was coming. It was just, it's a business. You can't just, okay, you're going to restructure. You're going to extend. You saw with Darius Slay. That was much more complicated. So I warned you, hey, if something happens, just stay calm. So we're good. We got the extension in place. We got money. We've got a draft coming up. We've got holes to fill, and the Eagles know it, dude. So, hey, we're talking about, when CJ didn't come back, we would have gave him a long-term deal, been able to spread out the money. Would have worked out for both sides. He didn't want to do it. But we talked about it. We have money. We're going to spend it elsewhere. Here we go. All about it. Let's effing go. All about this move. And, we talk about it. Yes, that's what I was just mentioning here, Tim. If he does exactly what CJ does, then you get yourself a long-term deal. Let's go. And all the slander they've been talking about Howie, another year, another offseason where it's like, all right, dude, I'll just take you to the park. Let's do a little dog walking. So here we are making those moves we talked about. And yeah, we're going to lose people, but yeah, we're going to add people. Let's go. So tried to, and thank God, I'm glad this year I'm starting to get better at just making stuff beforehand. That way I'm ready for it and just can throw it up for you guys because, yeah, this free agency has really created some chaos in my life. But I love this signing as well. Appreciate you taking the time, my man. And I'm very, very pumped up about this. We talked about needing safeties. Now, I think we still go in the draft and add a safety, but I think this is a fantastic move because you needed a veteran too. You couldn't just go in there excited about Reed Blankenship. I know a lot of people excited about Kayvon. That's great. I thought he improved at the end of the year, but you had to add to this room. We all know that. We brought back the best cornerback trio. Had my man Lord Brunson on the other day talking about how this is the most slept on thing, that we have Slay and Bradbury back with Avonte Maddox hopefully staying healthy, and you bring in Greedy Williams. I think, whoo, the secondary is the real deal, baby. And once we get this line, we have Jordan Davis, Milton Williams stepping in for Hargrave. You've got linebackers, sure, that you missed both of them, but Nakobe Dean's going to step in. We're going to add a linebacker. Sign me some Bobby Wagner. Draft somebody. Let's go. But this is just a first step in a very long process we've talked about. It's always funny to see at the beginning of free agency the first week. It's over. I do the Eagles. They suck. They're not signing. And it's like, bro, it's March. For the love of God. But chaos all over, but we're happy here. Hopefully this can stop all that negativity out there, but the very, very, very good pickup, my man. I am excited about myself. For those of you who tune in to the free agency show where I talk about those top prospects that the Eagles should be looking into, we do the same thing for the draft, position by position. You saw the safeties. This is one of those guys, and it's for the fact that we talk about what Desai's going to bring with his safeties. A lot of too high shell most of the time, but they have great responsibility and they need to have versatility. And I think that is something Terrell Edmunds is going to bring to the table. But, he can do it all again. And what did I say? It was 73%, I believe, was CJ Gardner-Johnson's completion percentage when thrown against. 60% for Terrell Edmunds. So just saying. Much better in coverage. Very excited about this move. Down talking the signing on Twitter. Yeah, they're always negative, my man. I try to just ignore it anymore. I try to block those people. I can't do it anymore because there are those of you who deserve to hear the great news and talk about things before they happen, because there's just so many lies and so many people just making things up. And it's like, bro, I'm going to bring you something where it's like, at least I know, I'm giving you something where we might sign this guy. We might do this. And then I'm going to tell you stuff that this is going to happen. Lane Johnson, Darius Slay. And then they're going to act surprised. The media, oh, no one knew. We have no idea. The money shame. It's like, bro, I've got literally shows and graphics breaking and detailing it down. Like, if you guys want to start paying, people that understand this stuff, by all means, I'm right here. But I guess they'll be confused out there and pissed off about everything. But, bro, let them be, man. Be excited about this move. This is a great pickup. We heard how many first-round picks. Yo, man, and I think that all the signings and all these moves you're making, you look at these guys, first-round picks, second-round picks, third-round picks, that whether they're injured or just looking for a new contract, Howie and the boys are always looking to improve this team with talent. And this is the NFL, man. It's a business. And this is how the Eagles are able to smoke people, because Howie Roseman's really good at what he does. And you see people try to slander him and dead money. And it's like, you don't even know what dead money is. Why are you talking about it? And it's so funny because it's like, dude, you're just going to watch another offseason of him smoking people. And, man, get your packs ready, because we're about to be smoking on them, dude. So I love to see that this team is able to add those kind of people, because they want to be a part of something like this. And he's a team player, a leader. He wants to be a leader on the other side, where he's got Jalen Hurts on the offense as a whole leading this team. I think you add guys like this with high character, great, play on the field. It's only a plus. I don't, the negativity, I'd love to hear what they're complaining about here. But his stats, yeah, and you've got people that just watch stats too. So there's so much confusion out there from people that don't know what's going on, and it's laughable, because it's like, if they would just listen to people that knew what was going on, probably go a long way. But we live in a new age. A lot of people need the clickbait, the quick, hitter stuff. They need to be able to look at that stuff and just get an instant reaction, rather than doing actual work and learning about these people, watching tape, doing stuff like that. Trust me, it's not for the faint at heart, and you can see that, but because there's no one else doing it. So, hey, don't mind me, man. And there's some great content creators out there. I had my man Lord Brunson on, got my man Joe in here. I've got Philly Mike, who I was able to go on his show, have him coming on here soon as well. And I'm going to have some other content creators coming on as the days go by, the weeks throughout this off season, my man. And I appreciate you, but we're trying to build this community, take over where the media just seems to get lost in the fact that we care about our Eagles, but we also care about being told the truth. If you want to have an opinion on something, that's fine. I don't care. We all have our own opinions. But the fact of the matter is, when they lie about stuff or just don't understand stuff, and they get paid to understand it, why are you telling us that we don't have cap space when we have cap space? Why do you not know that Lane Johnson's about to be restructured or extended? Because it's all there if you do work. But I'll just keep out working them, and I appreciate that. And that's slowly but surely growing, man. And to each and every one of you who has subscribed to the channel, I cannot thank you enough for being a part of that. And look, you guys, I'm going to continue to get better as much as I can, and I'll continue to, make the graphics better and try to get a better camera, computer, so it doesn't take me an hour to create shows and do all those things. But I'm only going to improve. And look, I always say, if you guys ever need anything, you ever think there's something missing, just go ahead and let me know. I'm all about the constructive criticism, only looking to make this the best place for you. So thank you, each and every one of you. Tongue twist in here, but I appreciate each and every one of you who is a part of this and helping me grow this bad boy. This is the family here. We're only going to keep getting bigger and badder, and it's a takeover, man. The Eagles have some really great content creators, and I can't say that for other teams because I don't watch them, but I know that we can really do some magical things here. So I'm going to try to do my part, and I appreciate each and every one of you, man. But look, Terrell Edmunds, this is the move we talked about, right? And DJ Chark, as I said earlier, probably not going to sign with us, and now he just went to the Panthers. So go get a linebacker, get us Bobby Wagner. Yeah, put a stud like that in the middle. Holy Yep, they'll be talking about Super Bowl before you know it. They always have to repeat what I say, and I love every second of it. Go ahead, start repeating it, because we see the slander that they say about our birds too, and it's just hilarious how much it's like, let that, praise be just as loud as that hate you were spewing. So yeah, CJ wanted, 6.5 guaranteed, and we talked about it. He would have got that here. I don't know. People try to explain it to me, and I'm like, look, I understand that you don't understand, but I'm trying to help you understand. It's like, if you prorate that money out, you're spreading it. Well, you only got 17 mil in the last year. It's like, yeah, because you're giving him a bigger signing bonus. He gets the money up front still, but you spread out his annual money. I don't the confusion, I thought the agency would understand that because, well, they're an agency. I said that to my girlfriend. I'm like, I really effed up not going further in school. Obviously, I got sick, never went back there. Who cares? That was the mindset. But it's like, man, I could have really tried to do something with accounting. And it's like, maybe I should just try to be an agent for these guys, because if now we got agents that don't even understand it, like, holy hell. But there are a lot of options we can add here. We need a lot of things, but we have the draft. We have months left in free agency, so it's Howie season, baby. And yes, Bobby, as I was just mentioning, would be a great addition there, Jason. So I'm with you on that train. And look, I know we live in a new age where everybody is. I'm not saying you guys are impatient, but you see the media, Eagles aren't doing anything. We're not. And it's like, Jesus, like, we're a week. We just went through a week of free agency. Like, we've got months left. The draft is a month away. And after the draft, you're still allowed to sign people, still allowed to trade for people, because you remember last year we traded for A.J. Brown during the draft. We traded for C.J. Gardner-Johnson after the draft. We signed people after the draft. So those things are all very possible. And look, we have the money. If they tell you that we don't, just send them my way and I'll show them the videos that, well, we do. And look, exactly. There is no allegiances here. These guys, they're a brotherhood, and the players are more of an allegiance. And that's why they want to play together with someone like a Jalen Hurts. And one of the things I showed you earlier in the video, it's from the other day. Go check it out, the Eagles offseason outlook, a bunch of roster by position, the draft picks for the future, the cap space. But one of the things is that cap space we don't know Evans, Mariota, Morrow, or Greedy Williams. But now we also have to add into the mix Terrell Edmunds. So you freed up $10 million. So you've got to add, it's almost about $24 million when you add Lane Johnson. But taking all of those guys away, you're probably looking at around 10, 12 million. I mean, again, that's maybe more than that, to be honest with you, because I don't think Terrell will cost that much. So I would say 14, 15-ish range. Again, don't quote me on those things, but we need those numbers. I need those numbers to be able to tell you numbers. So once I get those numbers, I will happily relay that information to you. But what I do want you to know, though, is that we have money. Now, you need about 8 to 10 million for your draft picks, but the Eagles have 2 first-rounders. Are we going to keep both of them? I don't know that we want to pay 2 first-rounders even. And even, 4-5 years down the road, that stuff comes into play when you want to give them the option, the 5th-year option for the first-round guys, or if they're past that, they don't get a 5th-year option. So it costs you less to draft someone in the second. You acquire more picks if you trade back. That's something to keep in mind. The money is always something to keep in mind. But we've got money to sign our draft picks. We've got money to give Jalen Hurts the extension. We will clear up cap space. Talked about the options on A.J. Brown, Hassan Reddick. All those things I've been trying to keep you up to date with. Do not fear. We will be able to fill out this roster, draft people, whatever the media is trying to spin out there. I don't agree with it. So it's all the information I've got for you right now. I will be back later. For those of you members, make sure to get your questions in Fan Friday tonight. And those of you watching, tune in tonight with your questions. I will answer as many as I possibly can. Always try to get to each and every one of you. But it's been getting much higher in number now. So going to do my best. But I love each and every one of you. I cannot thank you enough for helping me grow this bad boy. Spread that truth out there. Let's go. But great signing by the Philadelphia Eagles. Hope to see you all later tonight. But until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Hope you're all having yourselves a great start to your weekend. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now, go Birds!